Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm so excited to be here today. And this is Andrea's and Zonko's channel. And as I mentioned in my video yesterday, I was off for a little while, but I'm super happy to be back today. And I have super amazing and a charismatic couple that I'm going to have a chance to talk to for you. Sorry, the words are sometimes not coming out smoothly. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Andrea. I'm a mom of 4 kids, and I run the online business with my husband. And these are the videos that I like to bring to you, to bring some value and concept to you, also related to our online business, but also it can be portrayed to life in general. So I really strive to bring value to just about anyone. So without further ado, I'm going to bring over, and they're called Karen and Chris. Hi, Karen and Chris.
Hey, Andrea,
Hello.
how are you? Good to see
Good.
you.
How are you?
Oh, we're
Great.
doing great. Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for finding time in your busy life. I know there's always something to do. We're also working on a garage. How is the garage
Yes.
going?
Great.
We're making great headway. Not as fast as we want to, of course.
Yeah.
But it's a log garage, log corner garage. We live in a log home, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of tricky little things we have to do before we do the next step, and we got to do this, and before we can do that step, and and
Not
then,
unlike any business.
yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Baby steps, little
Yeah.
steps.
Yeah, so
It's
we're plugging
true.
every day. We try to get one little thing done in the garage. I'm so glad you brought up the garage because it's one of my favorite places to be. I love it out there. Like you can,
But we only have so much time. So
yeah. Sorry. Okay.
It's true. No, it's okay. I know. You know why? Because we did a garage sale and we're trying to empty our garage. And I know I always show your videos to my husband. I'm like, look at them in the garage, and then all the videos, you take us around on a tour on your place. So,
Yeah.
for the viewers that may not know you, why don't you just briefly introduce yourselves? And then
Okay.
we'll go on to the topic.
For sure. So we are Karen and Chris. We live in southern Alberta, just south of Calgary on an acreage. We are a blended family. Chris and I, this is our second marriage. We've been married. We just celebrated 20 years.
Wow.
I was a teacher. Chris was a fireman with the city of Calgary, and I was a vice principal of St. Mary's School here in Okotoks. And we were approaching our 50s and decided to build our retirement home. And so we're middle-aged and we use everything. We put everything into our home.
Of course.
Maybe wasn't the smartest decision, but we started a huge mortgage in our early 50s. And then we started to think, okay, we should our retirement is approaching and we were not prepared. So we were looking for a side hustle. We were not looking to leave our careers. Chris looked at landscaping on the side. We looked at maybe a bed and breakfast out of our home, just to help us pad the nest egg for retirement.
Yeah.
So like anything, when you are looking to learn something, you go online. So we went online and just Googled online business. We wanted something mobile.
Yeah.
We wanted to be able to just work from our laptop anywhere in the world. And we wanted the training. We needed someone to show us how to do it. And to be there for us. We needed a mentor. We needed training of how to do it. And we needed to know that it worked, that it had integrity. So Chris found this online. We saw an ad similar to what you see online.
Yeah.
We clicked it, went to the webinar. The rest is history.
Well, I went first.
You went.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I said to Karen, I think I found something online. I want you to look at this. And you were like, what?
No.
This is not anything online's a joke. You're not gonna. And we've all been kind of conditioned that way, right? Because there are a lot of underhandedness that goes on online and offline. And we were cautious, but we were intelligently skeptical. How's that?
Yeah. So I like that.
And I've always said this. Skepticism is smart. You should be skeptical, But
Yeah.
skepticism without any intelligence or any investigation is not. It's not smart, because you can say, "Oh yeah, that doesn't work," but without looking into it and peeling the onion, how will you ever know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
Exactly.
that's an uneducated assumption. Is really
Yeah.
what
That's just about anything. Yes.
Yeah.
So we looked at it, and we
And
looked hard, Karen.
for sure.
We peeled the onion. Yeah.
And just there are a lot of things out there. I just want to share a story with you because this happened to me yesterday. There
Tell me.
was something came online and it said,
Mhm.
would you answer this survey? So I did. It took me 10 seconds to answer the survey. And they were so appreciative. And they said, thank you so much. Can we send you a free gift? Sure.
Okay.
Click. And the shipping was $4.90 for a $100 gift that they were going to offer me. And I said, okay, click. So then I go to checkout, and I had to push checkout twice. Well, I get to checkout, and they've billed my credit card $45. So
Wow.
there was a help number at the bottom. So I phoned this number. I got a person on the other end.
A human being.
Wow. And I
Okay.
said, this is what happened to me. And he said, oh, yes, you are going to love these products. I see what you clicked on. And I said, no. I said, I work online, and you are giving people who work online a bad name. Shame on you.
Yeah.
I don't want anything free anymore from you. Shame on you. And so he said, well, call back in 2 hours and I will refund your money. He made it very difficult.
Yes.
And I called back at exactly the 2
2
hour.
hours.
And I was so disappointed. And I thought, it's people like this that are giving us a bad name.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We did our due diligence. Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I love about this particular opportunity that you, Andrea, and Savanko and us are in. It's that, it's backed with integrity. And so
Yes.
at every little step, there are these little integrity checkpoints that we were actually looking for.
Mhm.
Because when you see that, you're like, oh.
You can dissect it. You can dissect it.
Yeah.
And you can find every little tiny,
Mm-hmm.
And
detail.
that I think that is extreme value. And it's I'm sure there are other opportunities online where they have that, but nothing with this potential and nothing with this credibility that we saw in this. And so we jumped in. I mean, we're like, this is 2017, in March 2017, and we just went great guns.
And we wanted, just to finish our story, we just like I said, we weren't leaving our careers. We just wanted a couple thousand a month.
Right.
That's it.
Yes.
Because we wanted to continue with our careers, but we kept following the system. And within a year, I retired early. Within 2 years, Chris retired early.
Oh,
so
wow.
we were both fully retired from our professional careers after 2 years. And so we've been doing this 4.5 years now. And there's no looking back. And so now we just help others do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris still doesn't have enough time for his garage.
You know what?
I know.
Wait, I'm out there every day. I
know. I'm teasing you because I'm like that. When I do what I love, I find I don't have enough time in a day. I find 24 hours in a day is just simply not enough, right?
Yeah.
And just maybe to lead all this, because I'm approaching 50s, right? I'm over 45. We had the same thing. We are also a blended family. With my husband, we were thinking of the same thing. When you come to the point where you're starting to think, okay, now the retirement age is just so near, what do I do? I'm doing what I like. I feel that I'm just hustling from one day to another, right?
Mm-hmm.
Working Monday to Friday, living paycheck to paycheck. And what do you do, right? And I also I was the one who found this on online. My husband right away, he really, really liked it. And so we started doing it. But what I noticed and what I wanted us to talk about is I titled this sort of interview we're having right now, that it's all in the head. I find that is the biggest struggle humans, shall I say, come across when they run either an online business or anything else. So I would say perspective, being that mindfulness, being positive, all these things.
Mhm.
What would you say, how important was that for you to be where you are at right now? Because it probably wasn't just a smooth, just go up,
Yeah.
like a smooth process.
Karen has a great quote. What's the one about the brain and the muscle?
Your brain is your strongest muscle, but it is
Yes.
also your biggest enemy.
I
So
know, right?
with mindset, you have to, and we do this
Yeah.
every day. We feed our brain like we feed our body. We eat well, we exercise for our physical health, but every morning when the alarm goes off, we turn on a podcast, just 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Just anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes. We listen to Steve Harvey, Ed Milet, Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins, just anybody, and it
Yeah.
starts our day. Its mindset is bar none, the most difficult thing to attain.
Yeah.
But once you get your mind in the game, there's no stopping you. So whether you can or whether you can't, you're right. When we often hear, "Oh, I could never do
Correct.
that." Well, when you say it, you're right. You can't. Right?
We learned a great trick. And I want to share this with you and your viewers because this is so powerful. Your brain can change your day and it can change the direction of your life very easily with negative thoughts, with lack of belief in yourself, with pessimism, with everything that is counterproductive to growth, whether it's personal, business, spiritual, whatever it is you're growing with. Your brain can turn that around. So a little trick that you could do, and it puts a little shelter around your head, a protective on your brain, a protection for your brain, is when you have those negative thoughts, because we all do. We all have lack of belief. I mean, we're all our worst enemies, right? We're our own worst critics too. So when you have those, the way to eliminate that and bring you back to center is to focus on gratitude. Look around and find 5 to 10 things you're grateful for. Super grateful for you. I'm super grateful for our home that we live in. I'm grateful for the grass on our lawn that is beautiful green.
I can't believe you haven't mentioned the lasagna we're having for dinner tonight. You've been talking about it all day.
I didn't want to start drooling on camera. I've been thinking Karen makes the best lasagna, and she's got one sitting over there, and she hasn't put it in the oven yet. And I'm kind of thinking, why are you waiting? Anyways, I'm grateful for lasagna. I'm grateful for our home and the garage and the experience. And so when you turn it around and you instantly recognize that the key is finding and catching it when you're negative.
Yeah.
Because it's so common that and you can get into these spiral mental daydreams where you're thinking the worst things. Stop it.
Yeah.
Focus on gratitude, and it eliminates that, and it brings you back. It protects you, and then then you're back on your way. And that's been critical for us, for me too, personally. Yeah.
I think
we've had our challenges in life for sure. And we have a very strong faith, and we've always believed that the will of God will never take you to a place where his grace cannot keep you. So, when you just have to believe that when doors close, there's something better coming, and it's on God's time, not our time. So, and we've been blessed over and over again. And, during those times where we've struggled in various things, the grace of God has gotten us through it. And we're very grateful, and we've learned from it. We've made some mistakes in our business. We've made mistakes along the way, but it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it.
Exactly.
And we learn from people who we surround ourselves with people who are successful.
Yep.
Like Paul and Helena McLean.
Love those two.
They're our great friends, and they got into this business ahead of us. And we followed their footprints. Success leaves footprints, and we followed them. And so
and footprints are easy to follow because you can see them.
You can see them.
Tony Robbins says success leaves clues, but Dave Obizo pointed out that it's not clues because then you have to think about it. Footprints are easier to see.
Yeah.
It's correct. Yeah. And I was also going to bring the same thing up, is what I'm trying to also mention in the videos that I record, right? Is what is amazing here is that we have access to people like you. I consider you experts, right? And then I also discuss who is an expert. Like, why am I considering you an expert? Because you're older than me? It's not necessarily the age. It just has to do with the fact that you have more experience. I can reach out to you because I did reach out to you before, and you have quickly responded to me, right? In the past, right? And I really appreciate it, because I was stuck with one of the little details, right? Because things change. What was written in 2017, what was relevant in 2017 or 18 that has to do with social media may not be as relevant anymore today. But
It's
we
old.
just need to know which part has changed, right?
Yeah.
So really, and then Paul and Helena and so many others are available to us, because we have it's set up in such a way that, and we are encouraged to reach out to whomever we want and whomever we resonate with, right? And that's why I really appreciate, because when I reached out to you about 2 months ago and I invited you to my page, I was so happy. I didn't want to tell anyone. I only said it yesterday to my group.
You've got
because
a lot
I
of
didn't
people
want to
watching.
jinx it.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, so there was also just one maybe additional thing that we can put in there. Thoughts are also very important. And if you, I don't think this is Tony Robbins, this is Bob Proctor who says that when you have your thought, you have to anchor it with the feeling, and that becomes an action, right? So what I struggled with is I had those negative thoughts and I didn't know how to delete that thought that you were mentioning earlier, right? And how do you replace it with a positive thought? Just the fact that you take one and you replace with the other one was not sufficient. I actually had to take the one I didn't like, take the one I like, and give it some feeling, love it, care it, whatever other feeling we can, feel it with your soul. And those two together is the right chemical, what is it called, equation, in order to get that into the action and actually to bring it upon you, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? So
that's my exact point that I just made earlier, Andrea.
Yeah.
And that when you have those negative thoughts and you to protect yourself, you think of gratitude. Gratitude is not just saying,
correct, you're right.
I'm grateful for you. That's a robot talking.
Yeah.
When I am grateful for Karen, she's a lot of fun. I am extremely grateful for you. And so there's passion in the gratitude, right? It's not just lip service.
Yes, exactly.
It's not just chucking words out. It's like, wow, we worked really hard to get the grass out here on our acreage green and smooth it out and grow it, and I like to keep it mowed, and I'm grateful for that. And so when you're exactly right, when you bring emotion and feelings and depth of gratitude, that's where the replacement of the negative happens, and it'll stay with you for a while. And the more you do it, the more it'll naturally, the less negative thoughts will creep in.
Correct, because we will get used to it, just like you said, Karen. It's a muscle, right? Just like we exercise. I remember when I was training for a marathon, like I never thought I would ever actually go and run a marathon, right? But because to me, only crazy people do that. It's crazy. Who would actually want to run something like that? It's a crazy distance.
Yeah.
I know.
We did the same thing. Are you crazy? But we did it.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember all the training. It was one step at the time and then another step. And before you know it, you were there. I was going to bring it up later on, but I do know that you have something going on October 3rd, and you're doing a Run for the Cure. That's dear to your heart.
Yes.
That's this weekend,
That's on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's on Sunday. So it's very important. Those things are also important, that, that we do what is dear to us, right? And so
Yeah, we do it every year, and our kids join us. And every
That's fun.
step, you know what? We haven't met anybody that has not known someone or been affected themselves
Yeah.
by cancer. You know, I lost my mom when I was 8, and so I walk for her, and I walk for many of my friends that are living with cancer. And it's important to us. So
it's tough.
We give back.
I remember the first time I came across cancer was when I was a personal support worker, and I had to watch a lady in front of me pass away from it, and it was horrible. After a few years later, because I'm a nurse by education, a few years later, it has affected my family. So it was very hard. And that is how the marathon kept me alive, because I had to keep the family, small kids, and a partner that was, you know, half alive on the couch. It was very tough. And, you know, touch wood, everybody's alive today. But I have a friend who's my age, and she's just in a remission for the second time.
Wow.
I'm 47. Another friend just passed away last week from cancer. So it's like, you know, it's crazy how.
It's great. And Karen, you spearhead this every year. You get everybody going and motivated. It's awesome that you do that.
Yeah, it's fun.
We're really looking forward to supporting that cause.
No worries. And just one more thing I wanted to mention, and then we can go, is what I really, really, really love doing is what fulfills me is really when I can serve people. And I know we have talked about it. You have talked about it on your page as well. And the main reason I'm doing these videos is really to provide something to somebody. I'm not asking for anything in return, but I know one way or another it will come back to me. And my goal is really for people to get to know me, get to know our business, get to know you and different people that we have a chance to work with together. And I really, really appreciate your time. I don't want to take more of your time here unless you would like to say something else.
You're welcome. Well, it's our own business, but we're never alone. And that's the whole premise of this business is servant leadership.
Yes.
You know, in order to get what we want, we have to make sure others get what they want. And it's built on servant leadership. And it's key. You know, it's a key to greatness is to serve as many people as you can. And I think that was Jim Rohn.
And it's so fulfilling, isn't it? To me, I get goosebumps, you know, like I got goosebumps just by thinking about it. Like we share the opportunity with these people and we know what it can bring back. Like such a joy, such a happiness, such relief. It's just amazing.
It all comes back to that simple phrase, right? When you give, you shall receive.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
That's correct.
The other thing we should add is that we're wearing orange today.
Yes.
In support of the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. So, you know,
I'm happy with this because I knew you were. I had a feeling you were going to wear orange, and I thought, should I put orange? And I said, you know what? I have orange here, so we match.
We know. I even saw you have orange fingernails too. That's awesome.
You know.
Yeah.
Blue goes with the background.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, both of you. I really, really appreciate it. We'll stay in touch. And I thank all the viewers, everybody who watched live and whoever is watching a replay. I appreciate everybody's time. Put some comments in there. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll get back to you. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.